Hi everyone, and welcome to another one of RC Street Shop's product reviews. Well, today we're talking about a new product that just came out, at least when we made the video it was new, the Traxxas TRX-4 Sport. Now, it's not entirely new, it's still a TRX-4, but it is a new model on the TRX-4 line, which at the moment we have the Bronco, we have the Land Rover, and now for the third, we also have the tactical unit, and we have now the TRX-4 Sport. So, let's jump into this. What do you get in the box? Well, like any other TRX-4, you get the truck, the radio, the box, what Traxxas calls, what do these say here, quality tool set? No, that's not a quality tool set. But, you know, it's a tool set. It comes in the box, along with the instructions and all the other Traxxas paraphernalia that you get when you buy a Traxxas kit. This does not include a battery or a charger, like any of the other higher-end Traxxas products. So it's up to you to put either a nickel metal hydride or a LiPo in there. I'd recommend a LiPo with this truck. And go on your way. So what makes this truck different from the regular TRX-4? It's more about what it doesn't have. It's kind of, like I mentioned before, it's a no-frills version of the TRX-4. They've taken out the remote locking diffs. They've also removed the 2-speed tranny. So you're missing 3 servos, a little servo tray. There's quite a bit of stuff that's not on this truck that's on the regular TRX-4. And because you don't need the 4 channels anymore, it comes with the standard TQ radio. I'm not a big fan of the standard TQ, but it works and it will do the job. And really, I've always kind of had a belief with crawlers that don't buy a great radio for your crawler unless you need, like, 18 channels. Because when you're out crawling and you fall on your $400 radio, you're going to cry. It's unavoidable. Everyone who's been out on the trail has fallen once or twice, and most of us has probably used our body, which I have done, as a shield to protect your radio. Why not have a radio you can replace for $50 if you break it, as opposed to, like a 4PX Futaba that's going to cost you $500 to replace if you drop it on a rock. So anyway, tangent over. I like this truck a lot, and we have a lot of experience crawling in the shop. We do a lot of crawling ourselves too. Everyone in the shop is into trail trucks, and we've put a lot of miles on our original TRX-4 that we got as a first delivery model. I mean, we probably have, 15, 20, 25 hours on that truck, and it's seen a lot of abuse, a lot of first timers. We've used it to get first-timers into crawling, so it's not had an easy life, and it has been a solid truck, very strong, but it's expensive. And really, the features that come on an extra, you don't really use them when you're not on the trail that much. The locking diffs, if you unlock the diffs, you're not going to be able to crawl up anything anyway. The 2-speed tranny, yeah, it's neat if you need a little bit of extra wheel speed, but a 3S will accomplish the same thing. So, it's an expensive truck. It's a solid $50 more in most places than the SCX-10-2. And it really isn't $50 better than the SCX-10-2. So, we get a lot of people that come in here and they see the variety of crawlers they have. Well, what should I get? Should I get an Ascender? Should I get a Venture? Should I get an SCX-10-2? Should I get a TRX-4? And it's a question we've had dozens of times, and really, with the difference in price between the SCX-10-2 and the TRX-4, if you don't need the extra features the TRX-4 has, sorry Traxxas, but the SCX-10-2 is a much better buy because you're not really giving up any performance, and you're paying considerably less. And that money that you don't pay for the TRX-4, you can spend on hop-up parts to make the SCX-10-2 even better. Well, now we have the TRX-4 Sport, and this truck slots in considerably less than the SCX-10-2 kit. This truck should be around $330, I believe, in stores, or if you want to buy it on the RC Street Shop website. And it's very, very competitively priced. One of the things with the SCX-10-2 that I do not like is if you buy the budget kits, like the Deadbolt and the Honcho, the axle's different. It doesn't have the same axle, so it doesn't have the same support for hop-up parts on it that the regular SCX-10-2 kit or the 2 Jeeps have at the moment. So, you're giving up a little bit when you buy the less expensive SCX-10-2s that meet this truck in price. Now, with this truck, really, with the Sport, you're getting more truck, in my opinion, for a lot less money. And that's what makes me really excited about the TRX-4 is Traxxas has concentrated a little bit more on performance by giving it a real sharp approach angle. They changed the wheels up. But the big thing is that since you don't have to pay for all the extra stuff, you have a truck that's equal to or better than any of the other TRX-4s out there, and you're paying considerably less. I mean, for the money you save on this truck, even if you go up to the price of like the tactical unit, you're still saving $50, which can go a long way toward brass parts or better tires and things like that. So, and with crawlers, the body's not that big of a deal because I know most of you are going to end up changing the body to something you like anyway. I mean, the last SCX-10 we sold, I think we sold the guy a 4Runner body with it so he could make it into a 4Runner to match his real truck. So, you know, it's a solid kit, and I think this thing's going to be a home run for Traxxas. And it's not to say that the locking diffs and the 2-speed are pointless. You know, we have a couple customers that have come in, and they aren't hardcore crawlers, or they enjoy being able to unlock and lock the diffs and drive their TRX-4 around on the pavement. So, I mean, it's cool that Traxxas offers that, but I think for those of you who are looking for performance, all-out performance out of your trail rig, this truck is going to be hard to beat. We've been messing around with the Broncos. We've got a couple customers who have Broncos. We've been out crawling with, and the Bronco is a superb performer. And this has the same wheelbase as the Bronco, but it's got a lighter body. So this thing is going to be an animal out on the trail. Other than that, it's standard TRX-4 fare. I mean, if you're not familiar with the TRX-4, what have you been hiding under a rock for the last year? But it's got the portal axles, the front-mounted motor. It's got tons of ground clearance, little differentials, and then the portal axles eliminate torque twist. And then they also bring the axles up so you can have this drive shaft angle. I mean, if you're looking for all of the features that make the TRX-4 unique, I suggest you go back in our archives and look at the original TRX-4 video that we did comparing it to the SCX-10. Because there's a lot of features on this truck that, now that it's been out for a while, don't seem that, I shouldn't say they don't seem that special. We're just kind of used to them. Whereas when the TRX-4 came out, we were blown away like, whoa, this thing has XYZ and it's got this and that. But anyway, you know, now that this truck is out, I really can't say that the SCX-10-2 is a better buy. You know, this truck will perform equally with the SCX-10-2 kit and the more expensive ready-to-runs, and it'll save you a considerable amount of money. And like I said, the money you save on this truck over the SCX-10-2 is going to, you could buy a set of tires for it. You could do, and actually the tires on this truck are very good, and they don't really need to be changed, especially with all the brass options out there. Since the last time we did a video on a TRX-4, the aftermarket has exploded for this thing. We have a ton of brass parts and aluminum parts and scale parts for the TRX-4 now. So it's a formidable foe to any of the axial models out there. And that goes for performance, for how easy it is to hop it up. The TRX-4 has really come into its own, and it's, I would say it and the axial are the two top choices in this market as far as the mainstream stuff, taking out, you know, the truck coming, that Vanquish builds or the RC four-wheel drive stuff. That stuff's not quite as mainstream as the Axial and HPI and Viterra offerings. It's not really fair to compare this truck to like the Vanquish and some of the other smaller, like real diehard brands like RC four-wheel drive, for example. You really can't compare them to this. First of all, they're considerably more expensive, and they're kind of really aimed at a real niche market. Whereas, and this is aimed more towards your more serious crawling guys, but it's still a Traxxas product. It's still a little bit more mainstream. So aside from that, though, this thing's going to be killer on the trail. I highly recommend it. Unless you're a real diehard Axial fanboy, I would say this truck is going to be the truck to have when it comes to scale trucks because it's going to fit in your budget. And the crazy thing is you're not giving anything up as far as performance. That's what keeps coming back to me is, you know, before, like I mentioned a few times in the video, with the regular SCX-10, comparing it to the TRX-4 Bronco or even the tactical unit, which was the less expensive model before this, you're giving up a significant amount of money for not a significant amount of performance. And you're really only getting a little bit of versatility that you're probably never going to use. But with this truck, now they've flipped the scales where now the Axial is the expensive truck and the TRX-4 is the real bargain, the real performance bargain. So I highly recommend this truck. If you're looking at a scale truck, this truck deserves a solid look. And, if you have to have a licensed body, you can always buy them separate. You could buy this truck in a Proline body for less than it costs to buy an SCX-10.2 out of the box. So, and that, I don't dislike the Axial. I personally own an SCX-10.2. So, it's an excellent crawler, but I also spent a lot of money on that truck too. I could probably have bought 2 of these for what it cost me to build my SCX-10.2. So, not very good value, whereas this thing here is chock full of value. And if you really have to have those accessories, spend the extra money, buy the Bronco or buy the Land Rover. So, in closing, we are RC Street Shop! Now, if you'd like to come visit us, you can. We're not hermits. We are in Long Beach, California. Our address is 5521 East Spring Street. You probably know that if you've watched a few of our videos. Long Beach, California, and our zip code is 90808. If you don't want to come by and visit us and you're a little shy, that's fine. Everyone can be a little shy. We talk on the telephone too. Our phone number is 562-425-9000. If you don't want to talk to us and you just want to view us from afar on YouTube, that's fine. We are on all the social media platforms. We are on Twitter. We are on YouTube. We are on Instagram. We are on Facebook. Check us out on Facebook. We do videos from time to time. Try to do a couple a week to show what we have in stock, anything new at the shop. If you want to keep up with what's going on at the shop here, the best way to do it is on Facebook, Instagram, all those. But anyway, check us out on the internet. And until next time, we'll see you out on the trail.